guys. We'll continue to let people in as they join, but Candace and Trent and Morgan, I'm happy to go ahead and turn it over to you. I just want to say thanks for joining us for our new round of Wellness Wednesdays for 2022. We're excited to get it started, and Candace is back by request for our athletes. So we're excited to kick it off, and I'll turn it over to you all.
We just go ahead?
Yeah, take it away.
Okay. Well, it's great to see everybody again. It's been a few months, so I'm always happy to come and talk about the things that we love, like meditation and yoga and relaxation. And today, what I thought we would do is, since February is Heart Month, that we would talk a little bit about how anxiety and stress affects the heart, and then talk about ways to counteract that, maybe to have a more balanced life, maybe talking about the body, mind, and spirit connection, and then teach you how to do an acupressure massage. I'm an acupressurist, and there are hundreds of acupressure points in the body, and there's really easy to do a self massage we're going to do on the face and shoulders mainly. And then it's something you can also do on other people. Does it sound like a plan? Okay. Well, I'm going to have a handout. Let's see if I can share this. Bear with me for a second. There we go. Everybody see the handout? Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Okay,
You're good.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about anxiety and how it affects our lives, but also our hearts. So when you have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, it can increase your blood pressure. And we all know that's not a good thing. That's hard on the heart. It's hard on other parts of the body, all the other symptoms. I mean, all the systems in the body. It can create heart rhythm disturbances. You've heard of like heart palpitations, AFib, those kind of things are always mostly caused by stress. And so we have to make sure that that doesn't happen. It causes inflammation in the body, which can damage the heart muscle, but can also damage other organs in the body as well. And these are all prolonged situations. Like if you have an anxiety for one day, that's not going to hurt your heart. But if you have anxiety for months and months and months and high anxiety, that's when you need to start to worry. Anxiety also lowers level of omega-3 fatty acids, which are the chemicals in the body that help us have energy, that helps repair our systems. So if we have lower levels of that, then that's also linked to heart disease. High anxiety can lead to people trying to covering up the anxiety or deal with the anxiety by doing drugs or drinking, which kind of acts as a depressant, and it kind of makes you feel for a short time that you feel better until you stop doing the alcohol or stop doing the drugs. And then all that anxiety just comes back, and usually what happens is it comes back worse. Can affect our emotional and spiritual health, which also affects our relationships. If you're experiencing anxiety for a long period of time, 10 to 1, that will lead into depression. And then that leads into really affecting your life, which is going to affect everything in your life as well as relationships. And so mental stress is it's very strong cause of a lot of diseases, including heart disease, but also kidney disease, liver disease. It's also a cause for stroke. So it's really important to look at our heart and how we can make that healthier. Okay, ways to strengthen our heart. You all know about eating habits. You've talked about that in other sessions. We've talked about it, how to evaluate the stress in your life. You need to always kind of be on top of that. And it's not really the stress in your life, it's how you respond to the event in your life that causes your stress. So everybody has stress, but you need to find ways to managing it a little bit better. Relaxation techniques, we talked about these too: yoga, meditation, walking, exercise, and definitely breathing. If you don't do any of those, if you can practice deep, consistent breathing, then that's really going to bring your stress down. Have a strong support system, family, friends, your other athletes, community, volunteer your services. It's really important for us to have support, but it's equally as important to share ourselves with other people, to do acts of kindness, to do, if you volunteer your, so it doesn't have to, you don't have to go in someplace to volunteer your services, but if you've got a friend that needs some help, then that would be considering volunteering your services. So it's extremely important to do that, get support, but also provide support. So we talked a little bit about the mind, body, and spirit. Who can tell me what that means to them? Anybody have an idea what that means to them? Have you heard that term before? No? Okay, we'll talk a little bit about it. So the mind, body, and spirit approach is not something that is always accepted in Western culture. It's more in the Eastern culture. But essentially what it means is that there's three components to everybody: the physical, the mental, and the spirit. And that makes us who we are. So obviously the physical is the body. The mental is how we think and interpret information. Spirit is our character, our feelings, what we feel passionate about, what, our liveliness and our attitude in life. And all those three things connect and work together to make us who we are. And I like this saying: a healthy mind and spirit helps create a healthy body, and a healthy body creates a healthy mind and spirit. So to me, you can't have one without having the other if you want to be balanced in your life. So Western medicine, or the Western approach to health, focuses on treating symptoms. And if you go into a doctor and over in this culture, then say you have a back problem, you go in, you go, I got an ache right here. So they'll take x-rays or blood work or both. You might get an MRI or something. And then you'll come back and they'll talk to you about medications, surgery, physical therapy, those kinds of things. If you go into an Eastern person to focus on, the focus is on the mind, body, and spirit, they will do all those things as well. But then they'll talk to you about your lifestyle. How do you eat? How do you sleep? What kind of stress are you under? What kind of relationships do you have? Are they positive relationships? Are they adding to the stress of your life? What do you feel passionate about? What do you love in your life? And so they look at the whole picture. And I think we're getting a little bit better in this culture. My doctor does more of the Eastern approach, but a lot of doctors don't. They still just focus on the physical part, unless you talk to them about that. So I think a lot of doctors are open to kind of looking at that, but they may not always approach you about it. So acupressure is the same as acupuncture. Does anybody know the difference? Okay, so acupuncture is working the acupressure points with needles. You've heard of that, these tiny little needles that they kind of screw into parts of your body. Acupressure, which is what I do, just uses your hands, your arms, and your elbows. They work on the exact same pressure points. One just uses needles and the other one doesn't. And so the whole philosophy behind acupressure, acupuncture, is that the body is made of energy, right? Like everything in the universe is made of energy. And so in the body, there are energy pathways, which are called meridians. And the meridians go all the way down. There's 12 major pairs. So they start and they go all the way down the body. And along those meridians are points, which are called acupressure points. The philosophy is along those points, it's where the energy gets congested and blocked. Just like your arteries have blood in them, and you've heard of people getting blocked arteries, then they wind up having heart disease. Then that's the same with acupressure or acupuncture. That the philosophy is that if you work on these points, press on these points, it'll help relieve that blockage and help that energy to move. And then the body can heal itself. So it's pretty fascinating, actually. And so, yes.
I got a quick question for you. Sorry.
No, that's okay, Kevin. Go ahead.
Right now, I am having a problem with some high blood pressure right now, but they got me on a pill. What can I do to make, like, I'm helping maybe like keep it low and stuff?
I think the first thing that would be helpful is to find out what's stressing you out.
All right.
Okay. I mean, that's the reason our blood pressure goes up most of the time. Now, there may very well be a physical component to that. So that's where you need to talk to your doctor. But I think generally, if you can figure out what's causing you stress, then find some mechanism that helps you to relax. Like, I know we've done yoga here, we've done meditation. Those kinds of things are things that will help you bring down your blood pressure. Breathing. Breathing is wonderful. Try some really deep breathing, Kevin.
All right. Thank you.
But you have to really determine if there's a physical cause for your blood pressure.
Yeah.
You know, and so once you talk to the doctor and figure that out, then you can work on the other things of identifying your stress and then finding some way to manage that.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Can I say something? Say something? I've been through that situation before. 2 years ago, when I stood up fast, and next thing I fainted. I just realized that my blood pressure was low, and that elevates my stress and anxiety.
Right.
To in relation to work and relationships. So I did some deep breathing and a little bit of walking to get my stress back down.
Did that work?
It helped.
Good.
Thank you.
You know, and the thing is that you have to identify what it is that's causing you stress. And then it's a continuing process to figure that out and then to put things into your life to help you manage that. And things that might work for me may not work for you. Things that work for you may not work for me. So you have to experience and experiment with different things to see what will help you. It might be breathing, it might be walking, it might be doing some form of guided meditation. All those things are really beneficial. You just have to find out which one works for you.
Hi, Kansas.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Kate?
Pretty good.
Good.
I'm a anxiety sufferer too. I don't know why.
What helps you? What helps you feel better?
Well, does listening to bird sounds count?
Yes, anything. Yeah, absolutely. I love birds.
I know it sounds stupid, but
no, it's not stupid at all. Do you feed the birds?
No, I've got a sound machine and it's called Tropical Rainforest.
Oh yeah. No, I think those sound machines really are helpful. Really, really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I have such bad anxiety. I mean, I worry about things that I don't need to worry about. And I don't know how to, how to get rid of, I know I'm not going to get rid of my anxiety completely, but I was just wondering how I could figure out how to get rid of some of it.
Well, again, I think you have to try to figure out what it is that's causing you anxiety. And if that's too difficult, then I think when you start to feel anxious, you know, because I think a lot of times you feel that when it starts to come on, right? You can kind of start to feel your body kind of getting pumped up and getting more anxious. That is when you need to do something to lower that, whether it's the breathing, turn your sound machine on, you know, yoga, a guided meditation, anything that works for you. Do it when you first start feeling the anxiety kind of pumping up. You don't want to wait until you're full blown into the anxiety episode, because then it's going to be that much harder to bring it down.
Does running count as part of
Running?
the stress relief?
Absolutely, it does. Any type of physical exercise is really beneficial.
Okay.
And I think it doesn't, you know, there's 100 different ways to reduce your stress. You just have to find out what works for you. And physical exercise is great. Listening to soothing sounds is wonderful. You know, it really just depends on what works for the individual. You know, I love animals. So when I'm feeling stressed, I come in and I hold my cat. She's right here next to me now on the couch. You know, it's those kinds of things that you just have to figure out what works for you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I even pet my dog when I'm feeling anxious.
Of course. But I think at that moment, Kate, when you first start identifying that you're feeling anxious, trying to figure out what's going on in your life. Right at that moment, why are you feeling anxious at that moment? And if it's still hard to identify, then just practice some of the things that you've talked about, and that will start to kind of control that anxiety.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, great. All right. Any other questions before we move on? Okay. Well, we're going to start doing with the acupressure massage. So this is really very simple. We'll do it for 15, 20 minutes or so. So why don't you just kind of sit back and get comfortable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the head. Oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get out of this. Try to get out of my PowerPoint here. Hang on just a second. Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right. So I want to make sure everybody can see me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of our heads. Can you all see me? I look dark. I want to make sure you guys can see me. So there's acupressure points on the face and everywhere. So, but if you want to start with like right here on top of your head, and I want you to put your fingers, I'm just doing like this, putting your fingers on top of your head. Those are points like right in the middle of your head. All right. And we're just going to press lightly. I don't want you kind of going in like a bear, but just the acupressure points are right under the skin. So they're easy to get to. You don't have to worry about being on them because there's so many in the body that no matter where you touch, you're going to hit a lot of them. So we're just going to like press lightly and just kind of go over the side. And if you want to rub a little bit, that's good too. And then just whatever you're comfortable with. And we're just going to go down to our ears. I tend to like rub more than I do press. And then we're just going to go back up. And then right in the middle, just kind of hold those again. Those are good points right in the middle of your skull that releases. You have headaches. It's really good for headaches. And then we're just going to come down. We're going to do on our foreheads. On her foreheads, I'm using these 3 fingers. All right. And I'm just putting them, I don't know if you can really see, but I'm putting them together and I'm just going to press lightly all the way down my forehead. Good. And hold them for about 2 to 3 seconds. That way it gives the energy kind of time to release. And then go right on your eyebrows, again with the 3 fingers. And then we're going to work the side. And here's when, if you look at the side of your, right here, there's kind of an indentation. Can you see kind of right there? And you want to make sure you have a finger in there. This is excellent also for headaches and sinus. So I kind of like just to hold that a little bit. And then right at the corner of your eyes, there's a point right there. Just kind of press in for that. You can rub it or you can just hold it. It doesn't really matter, whatever you're comfortable doing. And then right underneath, right where your bone is, underneath your eyes, just kind of put your 3 fingers, 4 fingers, whatever fits there. And just kind of don't press really hard there, but just kind of hold it, or you can massage it a little bit. And then we're going to move down the cheek to right underneath your cheekbone. You want to kind of press in and kind of press up. This is a great point for sinus too, if you have sinus issues. And then right next to your nose, I just do that all in one. I put my fingers there and then press up on my cheekbones. Okay, then come around by your ears. And I'm going like right in front of my ear, right here. So you can just put, again, your 4 fingers. And that's another one that's good to rub. And then we're going to slide down to our chins. And I'm squeezing it with these fingers like that. Just squeezing it all the way up to my ear. Okay. And then from there, I'm going to go back behind my ear. Right behind your ear is a little hollow spot. Can you see that? Put my finger right behind your ear. And I do both sides. You just press in and hold. This is a great point if you're flying. You know how the air pressure makes us feel clogged when we're flying. If you hold those 2 points and then kind of yawn like that, it'll pop that air pressure. It's such an uncomfortable feeling. Okay. So then let's just warm our hands up. Rub your hands together like this until you start to feel them get kind of warm, and then just put them over your face. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, and just relax your hands for just a minute, because I know that's a lot of arm movements. Close your eyes and take another nice deep breath. Okay, and then we're going to start working on the neck muscles. So I'm going to turn around because I want you to see a point that I'm using. I'm going to turn my head back. So what I'm doing is right below your skull is like 2 sockets, like right at the base of your skull, right there. So what I do is I put my thumbs in those sockets like that. And I just cradle my head. And this is another one that's good for headaches. And if it feels better, sometimes people like to bend their heads back to get a little bit more pressure, that you've got your thumbs in there. And then release. And so the neck muscle, there's a ropey muscle right there. You all can probably see that. And so you want to work on that muscle on both sides. And I put my fingers in on that muscle and kind of press. And it might be a little sore, especially if you're prone to headaches. But I just rub it all the way down so that I get to my shoulders, top of my shoulders. And it's really good to do both sides at once. Most of us carry a lot of stress in our necks and our shoulder muscles. So, and again, I don't want you to worry about whether you're hitting points or not, because there's so many points in the body that you can't really miss them. Okay. All right. I forgot to do the ears. So let's go back to the ears. So the ears, there are over 100 points just in the ear alone. So you can either squeeze it like that, or you can just rub it. I kind of like to rub it. And you can do it on the back. You can do it inside a little bit, do it on the lobe. It really, when I'm stressed, that's what I do. I rub my ears. So it just really is a really nice feeling. And make sure you always do both sides of everything, because if not, one side's going to be relaxed and the other one's not. So you want to make sure you always do both sides. And sometimes if I'm in meetings, then if the meeting's kind of stressful, I just sit there and rub my ears. I don't really care what people think about that, but it really relaxes me. Okay, so let's go on down to make sure you see my shoulder, to the shoulder. Right on top of the shoulder is another ropey muscle. So it's like right there, if you can see that. And so that's the muscle that you want to press on, because that's the one that gets stressed. So you can either do it with the opposite hand, or you can do it with the same hand, whatever is more comfortable for you. Sometimes I do both. It just depends on what my other arm feels like that day. So you just want to hit that muscle and you want to press. Now that's a really tense muscle. So sometimes you might have to go in a little bit heavier. Can everybody feel that? Sometimes you can feel it if you're releasing a lot of the energy, you'll feel it move down your arm. You'll feel something move down your arm, and it's just the release of energy that goes down that way. Okay. So you just want to press on that area and I like to go in circular motions. Okay. And then down the arm, you just want to squeeze. So I'm just squeezing like this. And again, those are all meridians that go down both arms. And make sure that you get underneath, because that's in our arms. A lot of the points in our arms stay sore because we carry so much stress in this area. So you can just squeeze it. There's also another muscle right here. If you do your elbow, it's the muscle that's on top of it. That's a lot of really nice acupressure points that if you release those, you can really feel it release through your whole arm. So I make sure you hit those points. And again, you were just squeezing. Don't worry about what you're hitting. Okay. And then we're going to do the hands. The hands always feel good too, especially if you have anything like carpal tunnel. So I just start at the base and just work up all the way up to the end of the finger. And sometimes it hurts in the middle of your palm. So I just kind of get in there and kind of work that. Or if you have some type of massage tool, like a piece of stone or something, you can do that as well. But we're just going to go up and go all the way up to our ends of our fingers. And then we're going to kind of massage our fingers. So I just squeeze all the way down, but then at the end, I do a little twist. Our fingers don't normally move that way, so it feels good. So you just twist at the end. This is great if you have, like I said, carpal tunnel, but also if you have a little bit of arthritis. It really feels good. And if you have any oil or lotion you can put on, that makes it a little bit easier because our hands kind of stay dry, especially this time of year. Okay, so that's one side. So again, it's important to do both sides. We're going to do the other side. So, and I don't want you to worry about where you're hitting, if you're hitting the right spots. Just want you to concentrate on just squeezing. Okay, and so we got to start up here and just start pressing, however you want to do it, whatever side, whatever hand you want to do it works. And this is especially good to do it on somebody else or have somebody else do for you, because it feels a little bit easier to do if you're not kind of doing it yourself, but you can still do it. I rub my shoulders every day. And I can talk my husband into it, he'll help me. So, okay, so you just want to kind of go down. Again, on this side, make sure you get underneath. Is anybody sore underneath their arm? Good. Okay, good. Just want to make sure you get that muscle right there on top. Press on that. Okay, let's just do our hands. Just keep going up. Okay, we did that side a little bit faster, but I just wanted to make sure that you got both sides. So let's kind of rub our hands together again, get them warm. That helps massage, and then just kind of do that. Okay. Okay, so does everybody feel relaxed? Did that make a difference? Can you tell the difference in the shoulder? And you don't have to do all that at one time. If you have a headache or you're feeling really stressed, you could do your head, and then maybe do your shoulders and your arms. But you don't have to do the whole thing unless you want to. Okay. Any questions about that before we get into the meditation? I know that's what people like. Okay. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and get comfortable? Either sit back in your chair, lie on a couch, lie on a table, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And we're going to go ahead and start the meditation. Okay. So once everybody close their eyes. And we're just going to start with kind of stretching out our neck muscles after we've massaged them. And just bring your chin down to your chest. And just let it sit there for a couple seconds. And then bring your head back to normal position. Tilt it down to your shoulder on the left side. And just hold. And then slowly tilt to the right side and hold. And then bring back to center. And I want you to take a couple nice deep breaths. Breathe in very deeply using your stomach muscles. And then breathe out. Breathe in again. And then breathe out. And I want you to start doing a scan of your body to see if there's any tight or tense areas. So starting at your feet, just bring your attention to that part of your body. And allow your attention and your energy to start to slowly flow up your body through your ankles, your calves, into your thighs. If there's any place that feels tense, just allow your energy and your focus to stay in that spot for a few minutes to try to relax it. Allowing that energy to flow up through your hips and your stomach, all the muscles that are inside part of your body. Allow those muscles to relax. Allow the organs to relax. And slowly allow your focus to continue up to your solar plexus and right into your heart. And I want you to stay with your heart for a few seconds. Think about this muscle. Think about it being healthy and vibrant. It's a muscle that keeps us alive every day, works very hard to keep us alive, pumping blood to all the essential systems of the body. Just imagine that you can feel it pumping, you can see it pumping. It's nice and red, pumping regularly. And be very thankful that your heart is healthy and that you're taking care of it the way that we should. Just allow now your energy to move up into your shoulders and arms that we just massaged. And imagine that they are very relaxed, very soft and warm. And very gently allow your thoughts and your energy to flow up into your head, relaxing all the muscles in your face that we've also massaged. Imagine that your energy and focus is surrounding your brain, relaxing all your thoughts, letting go of all your stress, all your anxiety. And with your next breath, I want you to imagine that you are outside on a beautiful sunny day. And imagine that you're sitting in a chair or lying on a blanket, whatever's comfortable for you. And as you're lying or sitting there, the sun is shining on you. You've got your eyes closed and you hear the birds singing, and you can smell a small fragrance. It's wildflowers that are close by. And the sun is warming you, and you are becoming more and more relaxed as the sunshine warms your body. And if your mind starts to drift, just bring it back to the sun, to your body feeling relaxed. And as you are lying there, sitting there, you look up into the sky, and it's a beautiful color of blue, the color of the ocean. And the sky is filled with beautiful white, soft clouds, gently floating through the sky, changing forms as it floats and drifts. And as you're looking up into the sky and the clouds, imagine that your body is feeling the same way the clouds feel. Light, flowing, warm, relaxed. Just spend a couple minutes in this place, feeling no stress, no tension, with the sun warming you, floating like the clouds. And then very gently, just bring your focus back to the clouds. And as you do, They slowly start to dissipate, clearing the sky. And bring your focus to your body. And just imagine that you are totally relaxed. All the stress, all the tension has left your body. You're feeling light and at peace. Allow the sun to continue to warm you as you bring your focus back to your body. And then start to focus on your breathing. And as you focus on your breathing, the image of the sun in the clouds slowly start to fade. And as that picture fades, start to become aware of your body in your chair or couch, back in the room where we started. And as you come back with the same relaxation and the same peaceful feeling that you had outside. Continue your breathing for about a minute or so before you open your eyes. And then whenever you're ready, take your time. You can open your eyes and come back to the room. Is everybody back? Okay, good. Everybody feel relaxed? Yeah? Okay, good.
Yes.
I also wanted to show you that, talking about that, the acupressure massage on your face, I use one of these. This is like a roller. Can you see it? And I put it in my fridge so it's cold in the morning, and you can just roll your face with it. It's a kind of an easier way, and you can just press in the points if you want to. But it feels really good, and it has a small area for your eyes too. So you can get these on Amazon or Walmart or a pharmacy. They've got them everywhere now. So it's kind of a little bit easier, even though I kind of like the feel of my fingers on my face. But I do this every morning, kind of helps me wake up. So, okay. Anybody have any questions?
That was great. Very relaxing.
Good. Thanks, Morgan. I'm
Mhm.
glad. So keep in mind that the massage, if you're feeling stressed, again, don't worry about where you are or what your point that you're on, just do it. And then you're going to be hitting all kinds of points that will help relax you and kind of clear up some congestion. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any
Thank
questions
you so much.
before we go?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank you. That was great.
Welcome.
Everybody.